Hello, Amy. This will be some final feedback for you, week 7, milestone 2, and really have enjoyed watching you develop as a web designer. Your final project just needs a little bit of refinement, perhaps. I see that you've got child pages, you've been able to import images, create a navigation system. All the milestones in the class you have methodically ticked off. Good job. Amy, this is shaping up really well. It's beautiful. I like that you have made these collages, I guess, collaged images on most of your on your home page, but also on your child pages, and you've matched the typography. For the future, how great it would be to have this in HTML type. It would be so much easier to edit than having to open up a Photoshop. But that's not to diminish your effort, and I think it looks beautiful. Each of these pages has the same type. I mean, that is a workaround. If you can't get the corporate typeface to show up and you want to use it, that is a workaround that I'll certainly accept. This is a beautiful page. I mean, everything about it is appetizing, warm, friendly. It's really wonderful, and I appreciate the effort it takes to format a page like this, a menu. It's consistent spellings. Well, who knows? That's one thing. When you do replace this with real copy, have an objective pair of eyes look at it. For typos. And sometimes when we work by ourselves, we forget to do things like that, proofread. So that would be a good idea. Your child pages, for the most part, have copy or content on them. It's easy to navigate. I like your rollover. It's the corporate palette, and your home page is just it's really lovely. Amy, I'm going to open your code. And it's a very small file when you separate the style from the content, right? And there's just a few images and some text here, and that's the advantage. One of the other advantages of the external CSS is that you can keep your HTML light. That this does not have to appear on every page. It's only referred to once. Good job on that. If you were to refine this, say make it a portfolio piece, you might work a little bit on how to get the corporate typeface to display. I see that you've kept your file names all lowercase. That's good, and it looks like you have the beginnings of a file management system. I see that you have you created your GeoCities account is devoted to this, so. But you might think of ways to further organize your files, and just remember that whatever you have on your working PC has pretty much got to match or mirror what you have on your web server. Amy, I see from I think week 3 some screenshots of browser testing. So good job on that. Continue to do that. Did you do any code validation using either new HTML code validator or the W3C code validator? It's something that's important to do also. It'll also help you error check your code. Now Dreamweaver has a built-in code validator, so maybe you're far advanced in that. Amy, this is I presume you're also week 3 wireframe. And I like, the sketchy quality of it's fine. That was certainly an option to do it in pencil. It's okay to deviate. As you learn more about accessibility in web design, wireframes will be reconsidered in a different light. But anyway, good job on. I'd be curious to know how you would annotate this earlier wireframe for which you ultimately designed. Amy, I went back to week 3, and I see that you have a good understanding of file management. I'm sure that has improved. And then you copied in some ways what I had posted, I think, in that week. And I regret that in a way because there's some errors in my version of it. But anyway, you have a visual sitemap. Did you consider a coded sitemap? I know you did because you have a navigation system, which means that you had an unordered list of links. Maybe I'm going to wrap this up, but it's a delight to see it, and I'll miss your presence in class.